Hi, this is Raveena Sheikh here on Zoom channel, and with me today I have Raveena Tandon and Anushka Kaushik as they are going to talk about Patna Shukla. Join me as I welcome both of them on Zoom. Lovely to have both of you, and as we talk about Patna Shukla, it's completely a courtroom drama. Have you personally, both of you, witnessed courtroom dramas as such?
Personally, no, I've never been to court, thankfully.
Thankfully, yeah, please.
But interestingly so that I've had lawyers and have a family history of law in our bloodline. My Tayaji was a lawyer, prosecution lawyer, and my Dada was a high court judge. So I've had that backdrop of seeing them in action. So yes.
And if not an actress, would you ever choose your career as a lawyer?
You know, I would have loved to, and as my husband thinks that I argue very well, I'm great at debating. So I think, yes, that could be a second job for me even now. I mean, I can start studying law even now.
Talking about the role you're playing right now, Raveena ma'am, and even you're a part of this one and the entire courtroom drama and how it talks about relevant topic and especially role scam. We never thought like role number is also going to be a role scam as such.
Exactly.
So tell me more about that. Elaborate on that, those lines.
I think it was something very close to our heart, and especially Arbaz and I both have kids who are students who are on that same age bracket as what Rinki Kumari is in our film Patna Shukla. And Anushka also is actually, all of us believed in the film because when we all read the script, we did not know that a scam like this existed. And then when I started doing a little bit of research, I realized that there is scholarship scam, there is admission scam, there is fake university scam, there is mark sheet scam, there is roll number scam, there is admission scam. I mean, it's never ending. And what about all those people? At least we are still few of those whose voices are heard. We are of a privileged lot. What about those unheard of voices that they've spent their lives earning on educating their children, and then those children's futures are just snatched away from them by some silly greedy scam that is going on, which they don't even have the power to fight back for. It's like, it's like literally extinguishing a child's life before it's even begun. And as you know, our Honorable Prime Minister has been addressing this issue quite frequently through his Man Ki Baat episodes, where he's been talking about the pressure students are going through, then they end up taking extreme steps. So this is a story which is exactly like that, and somehow these kind of scams don't make front page headlines. They're always somewhere behind on the third or fourth back pages where people just skim through. And you don't realize that how important it is, because ultimately this generation is the generation that is going to frame our very future of a new, strong, educated India. So we have to become the support system for them. So it's very important to address these issues and bring them to the table and make a film, probably, because that's the best medium that we know. So that once we make a film like that, here we are sitting and all of us discussing this topic, where it's reaching out to the masses.
And as we also talk about this, Anushka, you wanted to add something?
No, I'm just saying that let's say it's not only about these people, but also हमने वो तो ध्यान ही नहीं दिया कि जिन लोगों को ये मार्कशीट मिली, let's say जो लोगों ने उस चीज़ के बारे में पढ़ाई नहीं करी, and now today they are doctors and they are great professionals and they are doing something, they are doing operations, and then somehow somewhere you see that these people, they are there doing their job and they are not able to do their job.
And probably they've taken someone else's credit.
Yeah. So, I mean, definitely it's all together, it's something which we really have to address.
So, as we also talk about, how students go through a lot of, dilemma on a daily basis, the most important conversation has been that they also commit suicide because they are not able to deal with that pressure. Especially when parents are putting a lot of pressure on them, in terms of education, want a certain number only, then only you get your grades and all that. What are your thoughts on that?
I think this is something that really needs to be seriously addressed, because of the fact that a strong support system is the requirement, and to see the signs of what your child is going through is so important for any parent and the support system around. It could be sisters, friends, school teachers, principals, people who are around you at that time. And we need to provide that safe environment for that child to be able to lean back probably and say, okay, I'm going through this and this is what I'm scared of. And for parents to be the reassurance, friends to be the reassurance that, okay, fine, you failed it, you didn't get the marks you did, you didn't get the admission in the college you did, but that is not the end of the road. That's not the end of the life. It's just the first failure you've seen. You need to rise above it and bounce back harder. And sometimes some things are just meant to be. Maybe that was actually not supposed to be your thing, which has gone away, and maybe you were supposed to do something bigger and better. So to recognize their own potential, you need to have that strong support system around, and that's when the parents step in, that's when your teachers step in, that's when your friends, your colleagues, your family, your siblings step in. And that is something what we have to, create, that whole, that enveloping the child who's going through that crisis at that time.
You recently also said that, you are quite friendly with your kids, but when you started off your career, you never had a godfather. Though your father was a filmmaker, you chose to, travel on your own, with buses and all. Would you like to change something in the current atmosphere wherein you kind of, don't have to see the kids, going through the same struggles, what you have been through?
No, I think struggles are very important in people's life and failures are very important. जब तक आप फेल नहीं होगे, जब तक आप गिरोगे नहीं, जब तक आप स्ट्रगल नहीं करोगे, जब तक आपके जेब में एक फूटी कौड़ी नहीं होगी कि मैं मतलब there was a time when unfortunately we saw good times and bad times, and I think everyone should see bad times, because I used to have 1 rupee in my pocket, which was just my 231 bus number का 50 पैसा का going fare and 50 पैसा coming back for my tuitions, and all the other kids in the tuition class would be saying, आज चलो हम लोग गन्ने का जूस पीते हैं, अभी डोसा खाएंगे, अभी sandwich, and I say नहीं, I'm dieting, because I didn't have that extra buck to spend or to treat or to splurge. So all the time I say, no, I'm dieting, I can't eat, I'm not allowed to eat, but I would take a sip from a friend's glass, or I would,
that's so relatable, man. That's so relatable.
Yeah, but isn't that what one should go through in life?
And when you look back, how it feels today, no?
It feels great because now I know the value of what I have. अगर आप बच्चों को पहले से ही वैल्यू नहीं सिखाओगे चीज़ों की, उनको कैसे पता चलेगा कि उस चीज़ की वैल्यू क्या है, तुम्हारे पास जो है, you thank God for whatever you have today. So I think it's very important to fall, it's very important to see these times, then only you also recognize your inner strength, that as a human being हम कितने strong हैं कि हम अपने आप को वो गिरने के बाद उठा के फिर चले और ऐसे चले कि हम बुलंद चले. तो वो कब recognize करेगा इंसान, अगर सब आसानी से ही मिल जाएगा तो I think it's very necessary. गिरो यार, जम के गिरो, पड़े भी रहो वहाँ पे, और फिर अपने आप को उठाओ और बोलो हाँ यार चलो देखी जाएगी, आगे बढ़ो.
Yeah, that's true. This in fact reminds me one of the incidents which my mother did with me during lockdown. She took my card. She was like, she's splurging a lot. She took my card. She only gave me 10K for some like 2 months and all, and she's like, finish this off.
10K for 2 months.
Just 2 months, and that too in today's time. Yeah, in today's time. So you feel that, it's like right now, of course, it feels bad. Yeah. Especially when you have to go for all events and coverages and all, then you feel like it's very bad. I mean, sorry, I'm just trying to just divert to that conversation. But talking to you, Anushka, also, you took a challenge of, accepting a career in Bollywood, and your parents also had their own apprehensions and all, to be in Bollywood, to make up that mark. How did you fight all the odds out and, you came over here to be an actress?
I think whenever anybody asks me this question, I'm honestly not able to answer this question, because I think when I was there, I was not looking at it as like a timeline. I was there. I was just struggling, like, bring it on. Everything, whatever was coming my way. I was like, I have to, like, you have to put your best foot front. And I was doing that, and I think I'm still doing it, and we will keep doing it. I think it's just that there was a time कि एक आप ये देखते हो यार ऑडिशंस कहाँ पे हो रहे हैं, किसी कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर का नंबर मिल जाए, फिर उसके बाद एक स्ट्रगल आता है, आप देखते हो कि अच्छा मेरे को ये पार्ट मिल जाए, मैंने ये लॉक कर लिया, फिर उसके बाद आपको होता है कि यार अच्छा अब मुझे ना थोड़ा सा बड़ा पार्ट करना है, थोड़ा और बेटर पार्ट करना है, अब मेरी फिल्म अच्छा करे. सो आई थिंक फिर उसके बाद ये होगा कि यार इससे बड़ा व्हाट नेक्स्ट. सो आई थिंक स्ट्रगल विल ऑलवेज बी देयर. इट्स जस्ट दैट लाइक मैम सेड, नो, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू बिलीव इन योरसेल्फ. एंड आई थिंक जब लोग बोलते हैं ना कि यार आप अपनी जर्नी में और आगे बढ़ो, और आई थिंक उसके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है कि आप अपने ऊपर कितना बिलीव कर पा रहे हैं, क्योंकि आप वो कहीं ना कहीं रेस बीच में हार जाओगे अगर आप अपने ऊपर बिलीव नहीं कर पा रहे हो. यू आर नॉट बिलीविंग योर क्राफ्ट, और लेट्स से व्हाटएवर यू आर डूइंग, बिकॉज देयर विल बी अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेइंग, अ लॉट ऑफ वॉइसेस विल कीप टेलिंग यू कि तुम नहीं कर पाओगे, बट योर वॉइस हैज़ टू बी स्ट्रॉन्गर,
Well, as we also talk about the patriarchal culture, and somewhere I feel it is getting famished in a way, because women are coming up, for the respective roles which has been offered to them. They are also fighting for it, and there is this one conversation which has been happening for years, which I somewhere feel still exists, which is about pay disparity, but the fight is still on. Do you feel that now somewhere, I'm not saying that men and women could be compared, but women are getting that privilege which they deserved?
I think it is changing much for the better than what it was earlier. And I think that there is a time now where we do have multiple choices, and which is a great feeling. And hence, I think if you see the past roles that I have done, I may have taken my time, because I do believe now in a lot more in quality than quantity. So I may have taken my time, but eventually everything is coming to the fore, where you can see with my choices itself that I think now is a great time for a lot of women in our industry, the lot more women in the workforce on our sets these days, whether they're editors or they're DOPs. In fact, Neha Parthi is the DOP on our sets. She's the camera person, as so to speak, layman's, for people to understand what a DOP is, that's director of photography. And it was so amazing to work with her on this, and I was just keep gaping at her, and she said, "What happened?" I said, no, I'm just loving the way you're commanding everything. It was such a great sense of pride that I used to feel watching her. Our editor is a female. A lot of OTT heads, platform heads are women today. So it's it is becoming women driven as well, which is a positive sign of inclusion happening.
When you met Raveena ma'am, for the role, how was it? Because it also gets intimidating sometimes, just seeing her aura and presence around. How was it for you?
I'm a very intimidating person. Samina, you know that.
Yes.
I don't know that, because for me, the minute I said, so I was in such a awe of her, just looking at her, and I saw her, the image was like this tall lady, मुझे back से short दिखा और उसमें like उन्होंने, और literally वो मेरे लिए ऐसा हुआ कि वो she turned और उनके हाथ में ऐसा script था, इसलिए वो मैंने turn के time पे पहले तो मैंने उनको ही देखती रही, and फिर जैसे उन्होंने script देखा, मैंने कहा अच्छा हाँ अनुष्का, scene needs to be right, it needs to come like properly, you have to put the whole experience, whatever you have, all the workshops you have done. So I think and we did that scene very nicely.
Very
and
nice. A beautiful scene she did.
Yeah, and like
and she's such a natural, so that's the best part about it. She was not trying to do some ham acting or something. कि चलो impress करने के मैं ज़्यादा करूँ. She was just right. In fact, her audition also, I have to say this because you didn't bring it up, but she was on the word go. She was Rinki Kumari for us. Oh. Yeah. Not that I saw the audition, but this is what I was told by everyone else. So yeah, proud of her also what she's done.
Last few questions, and one being, you recently also said that Bollywood, some people in Bollywood,
film industry,
in the film industry are
Bollywood
also
में कभी बोलती
Bollywood
ही
नहीं,
नहीं
actually film industry, sorry.
मैं तुमको कब से बोलती आ रही हूँ?
Indian film industry, in fact, rather, yes. So as we talk about, like recently you said that in the Indian film industry, there are some people who are way too insecure of someone else's craft, leading to which they end up sometimes damaging those people. Do you feel that somewhere it's eventually on the craft of a person's work basically, and not what people are doing?
See, if you're talented, if you're hardworking, and yes, a little bit of luck on your side, and you're sincere to your work, then no one or nothing can take away what is your destiny. I strongly believe that. And that is not only in this field, it is whatever work you might be doing. You might be in a corporate office, you might be wherever you are. It's your own hard work that you will feed off later on in your life. And that probably will give you sustainability, and that will keep you existing through the innings that you want to do for yourself. So there is no two ways that anyone can take it away from you. Yes, a lot of games can be played, politics can be played, and it's everywhere. It's not only in my, the misconception of this big bad world of the industry. In fact, I think my industry, my film industry, is one of the most giving industries ever, where we keep working till the day we take our last breath, which is not there in any other industry. Tell me one industry that you can keep working for forever until and unless you're the boss of your own business. So this is that kind of a giving industry. So there is no two ways that anyone can take anything from you.
And before I let both of you go, and this question is especially to you because you recently said that women's safety, you know, we talk about women's safety at work, and there were these two men, you know, Salman and Sanjay Dutt, who came in support of you when it came to women's safety. We really want to know about that. And secondly, about your upcoming projects to both of you.
Well, my upcoming projects, right now, all I can think of is Patna Shukla, Patna Shukla, Patna Shukla, till I meet you for the next, Samina.
Yes,
which I will. I have no escape from you, and you have no escape from me.
That's there for sure.
So, nonetheless, but it's a lovely kind of no escape.
Yeah.
It's something that I would love to do. Talking about our some of our heroes in the industry, I think they've always been so protective, and our industry is a lot like a family. So when you're working together, we take a lot of care of each other as well. So that is when a lot of support system has gone in through with our co-stars, and that is something that I really appreciate and will always appreciate. And now Anushka's forthcoming projects are drum roll.
But yeah, I think we can say this for 2024. I mean, for sure, touch wood. Just the start of 2024 and starting with Raveena Tandon, Arvaz Khan Production House, Patna Shukla. And yeah, there are few, I mean, people have seen me for OTT and things like that, for the OTT shows, but this time we have feature films in our bag. There's a film I'm doing with Madoc, and there's another show which I'm doing for Reliance. And
Yay!
Some few good things coming this year. Yeah.
Very good. We also get to see your mimicry in some of the shows.
Yes, मैं तब रवीना मैम की याद करके आऊँगी, learn करके आऊँगी.
Well, that was lovely chatting with both of you, and
Thank you, Samina.
Happy to have you always, and even you right now on the show.
नमस्कार, मैं हूँ रवीना टंडन और मैं इस समय आपके साथ Zoom पर हूँ, लेकिन आपको ये बताना चाहती हूँ कि 29 मार्च को डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार पे हमारी फिल्म आ रही है पटना शुक्ला, तो प्लीज़ ज़रूर देखिएगा और हमको Zoom पे भी देखिएगा समीना के साथ.
Hi, this is Anushka Kaushik and you are watching me on Zoom, and our film is releasing Patna Shukla on 29th March only on Disney Plus Hotstar.